So a lot of people are probably not aware, myself included, that I didn't see the announcement, but a couple of days ago, Titan Quest II was revealed to be in production, and they released with it an announcement trailer. And this is something that I've known for a while that was in production, though I couldn't say so publicly in my conversations with THQ Nordic. But I didn't know they were going to announce it just a couple days ago, and obviously I would have prepared something ahead of time if that was the case. Obviously, I'm in the middle of Baldur's Gate. We have a lot more Baldur's Gate content coming out, but I really wanted to take a minute to acknowledge that this game is coming because I am so excited for it. Titan Quest I is arguably my favorite ARPG hack and slash game of all time. I love the Diablo franchise. Diablo was my first one of these games ever, and it'll always hold a special place in my heart. But for whatever reason, Titan Quest just captivated me in a way that Diablo didn't. I don't know if it was the setting of the game, the mythology, the gorgeous visuals of the game. I don't know what it was, the multi-classing system, that there were so many possibilities. But I absolutely loved playing that game, and I, recently platinumed the game on PlayStation like a couple years ago after they released the PlayStation version of it, and we've been covering Titan Quest's expansions on the channel off and on over the last few years as well. And even though that I've known they've been working on this title for some time, it's really hard to believe that it's finally happening, that Titan Quest II is finally going to exist. If you've been following this game at all, then you know that the studio that originally developed the game closed, and support for the game ended. The original title ended like way back when. People were making fan-made patches to fix up the game. And I honestly never thought there would be a Titan Quest 2. For a long time, I think everyone just thought the franchise was dead, the studio was no more, etc. And it's incredible that it's finally going to happen, and we're going to get to see a sequel to a game that's almost 20 years old. And it's kind of ironic because we're sitting here playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is a sequel to a game that's over 20 years old. So I guess it's the year for that. And I don't know when this game's going to release. There is no release date announced yet. But I'm very, very excited for it. And I wanted to, at least get the word out there in case you didn't know that this is actually happening. And I've watched the trailer for it a few times as well. And it's a great trailer, in my opinion. It definitely has the same style and feel of the original title, a little bit more update to it. And it's kind of hard to tell who the antagonist of this game is going to be, but it looks like it might be Nike from everything I can tell. She is a winged goddess and of victory. Maybe she's jealous of Sparta's victories in combat. I have no idea what the antagonist is. No one's told me this, so that's not a spoiler. That's just me guessing what's going on. But it's going to be a little bit interesting to see how the general story of this game goes. The original title went from Greece to Egypt to Asia and then finally to Mount Olympus, so it'll be curious to see what gods and goddesses are showcased in this game, particularly after Hades. I think you might see even more gods and goddesses in this game because I know people really, really enjoyed Hades, and I think people would really enjoy seeing more of the gods and goddesses from Greek history, Egyptian history, Asian history in these games. And even if you don't get Egyptian gods and goddesses and Asian gods and goddesses, I think you'll still see more Greek gods and goddesses because the series is kind of always heavily revolved around Greece's mythology more than the others. And so I think it's far more likely that we'll see, at least more of them in this game. But if you watch the trailer, unfortunately, there is no gameplay shown. So we can't really see how the game looks, although there are a couple of screenshots up on Steam where you can sort of see that the stylization of the game looks like it'll remain similar to the previous title, although you really can't get a great sense of graphically how it'll look. Supposedly, though, the game is going to be developed on the Unreal 5 engine. I don't have total confirmation on that. That's just the information that I could find around the internet. So don't take that for 100%, but that is what I've read around, and I think that's probably likely to be the case based on that. I will definitely have an update on that when I have more information. But that could mean that the graphics of the game are phenomenal. It also could mean that it has performance issues. Obviously, we won't know until we see for sure. But something interesting is that the game is being developed by Grimlore Games. They made Spellforce 3. If you saw that game recently, we actually had a sponsorship of that a couple years ago. Really, really good game, really, really fun if you like, the RTS, RPG style of games. But they're the ones developing that, so if you like Grimlore or you're a fan of Spellforce 3, then there is good news here for you. And one thing we do know is that the multi-classing system from the original game will make it into Titan Quest 2, so we will get some multi-class. We don't know if the same skill trees will be there. I would imagine that some of the originals will probably make it in. There'll probably be some new ones, but we'll get to see what these are, what skills they have. I'm sure these will all be different, so I can't wait to see that. But this isn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to get the word out there that this is happening. I'm really, really excited for it, and if you're fans of Titan Quest 2, stay tuned to this channel. We will have more updates on this as soon as we get more information. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for Titan Quest 2? Did you even know that it was announced? I didn't know. I mean, it's crazy, but I didn't even know it was announced. So much going on right now in the gaming industry. I guess I just missed it. Maybe I'm the one that's living under a rock. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.